What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Home of Comics. This is Brayden back again with another My Adventures of Superman review. This is Season 3, Episode 6, titled Party Animals. And this episode is not good. It's just not. I wish I could pretend that I enjoyed this one thoroughly, um, as I do with pretty much all of the rest of the My Adventures of Superman episodes to the most part. I think I enjoy all of them to whatever degree I can. This one is possibly the worst episode of the series. I think it's honestly just that season 3 is starting to get a little stuck in its ways. And so me giving this a low score might just be indicative of how the season has been progressing. I've enjoyed a good amount of the episodes, but now it feels like we're losing steam because the main plot of this season has sort of already happened, and there's not a build up for what's next. At least not until the literal last scene of this episode. So the entire premise of this episode is just Lois and Co. I call that the Daily Planet team are up for a award at Silver St. Cloud's there's like an award show. And Superman and Supergirl also being recognized, but obviously Superman doesn't have his powers anymore, so Clark's just sort of there. And he's not Superman, so he's Superman just not accepting the award. Supergirl's accepting it on his behalf. The episode starts off with Jimmy being all like, "Oh, I went back to Worms and got a date for today's event because I think that Kara's moved on from me," even though there's no indication that Kara has moved on from him in any capacity. And he certainly hasn't moved on from Kara, and Lois tells him as such, and he just keeps sabotaging himself for no reason. Um, I would say that it's realistic, but at this point, I'm kind of losing my mind here because I feel like this relationship is just being drawn out because they want it to end at the end of the season. I hate that. I think it's such a stupid trope, and it's a stupid season trope, and they're totally buying into it for no reason. Vicky Vale's also here. I don't really like her character. I don't know why she's not in a Batman series. I don't know why she's here. It's just for Lois to feel like she needs to be a better reporter, but I feel like she does a good enough job to where I don't understand why Vicky's here. Uh, it turns out that Jimmy's date is Dr. Poison, who, of course, is a Wonder Woman villain. Once again, we're just doing Wonder Woman villains in a Superman show. I don't really know why. We did Giganta a few episodes ago. Now we're doing Dr. Poison, who I remember specifically from the Wonder Woman movie, but she is much weirder here. She turns everyone into animals, which keeps happening in these episodes. It feels like the writer's barely disguised fetish. And Jimmy once again gets turned into an animal. This time it's a turtle for whatever reason, and he ends up saving the day doing that. Lois ends up saving the kids that are working as part of Jimmy's like Flamebird like enterprise that he has at the Daily Planet. And Clark just kind of doesn't do anything. Like he gets shot. He is still like a savior to the kids. I don't really know why he pretends he's not, but Lois does the brunt of the work. Bizarro, meanwhile, is watching all of this, which you kind of forget about that character as a whole, but obviously he's still here. And he decides that he needs to be the new Superman. He goes and he saves the day as well. I don't think the main characters are really aware of this. But Bizarro, I think, is going to act as the world's protector because right at the end of this episode, everyone gets a purple circle wrapped around them, and then they plummet into a new dimension. I'm assuming it's probably the future because it looked like Lex's like purple crap that he had in the future. So that's where the episode ends. So maybe next episode won't be a filler, but this feels like a filler. We're not re-expanding on any of the depth and the core of the characters at all. Like everything is retreaded. Everything feels like it's I was gonna say re-happening, but that's not a everything feels like it's happening again, even though it already has happened. The only interesting aspect of this is Bizarro taking on that role of the world's protector, and Superman unable to, or Clark unable to reconcile with the fact that he is no longer Superman. But they're not like new character studies. Like we already knew these things about these characters, and seeing them react in the ways that they are not surprising at all. This episode feels like it could have been written by pretty much anybody, including an AI platform. And I hate that because I want to see real, genuine human writing in these projects. If I feel like an episode genuinely has just sort of been written by an LLM, it's just gonna every aspect of it is just going to be completely tainted for me. This episode is not the worst I have ever seen from like an animation studio. I don't think it's completely garbage, but I definitely believe that it is far beyond even mid. I am going to give this episode a 3 out of 10. My Adventures of Superman needs to do better. It can do better, and I think it will do better, but it needs to do better. This episode is just not worth it, and it's not worth a watch. I mean, I wouldn't skip it literally just because I'm sure there's plot threads that carry forward, but like, it's not worth your time. It really isn't, and you'd only really watch it in terms of finishing up My Adventures with Superman Season 3. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. Uh, Sorry for the negativity, but I also feel like it's just warranted for this episode. Maybe next week will be better, and I hope so. I hope that it will be. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next My Adventures Superman review. Peace.